Be in the know with unlimited access to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. Our in-depth coverage of all things business means you'll always be completely in the know. Subscribe for just $1 a week. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. I'm Abriana Herron. Knox County, Indiana Economic Development has launched a campaign to drive more talent and business attraction to the region. The effort, known as Opportunity Knox, has three main initiatives: digital outreach, participation in the Indianapolis-based relocation platform Make My Move, and boosting market rate housing availability. Mary Jo Wallen-Orlowski, Director of Business Development for Knox County, Indiana Economic Development, says there's a lot of interest in the program so far.
It's only been a couple of weeks and we have many potential movers already in the pipeline. And so that for me was really exciting.
She says the goal is to bring in 15 new households by the end of the year. Centier CEO Mike Schrage stepped down after more than 5 decades of leadership, the Merrillville-based bank announced Friday. Chris Campbell, the bank's president and Scrage's son-in-law, will take over as CEO. Indiana's 5 largest hospital systems reduced their commercial prices by almost 7 percentage points on average in 2024 compared to the year before. According to a new state commission study, the analysis looked at prices of Ascension Health, Community Health Network, Franciscan Health, Indiana University Health, and Parkview Health. The report found the 5 hospital systems averaged 252% of what Medicare reimbursed for services in 2024, coming in under the benchmark of 285%. This was the second edition of the annual report. Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand is made possible by the following.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.
Indiana lawmakers are revisiting a controversial proposal that would eliminate certain low-wage college degree programs at the state's public universities. Inside Indiana Business's Alex Brown has more.
Under Senate Bill 199, the Indiana Commission for Higher Education would review degree programs whose graduates earn median wages below set thresholds, which is roughly $24,000 to $35,000 depending on the credential. The effort would operate alongside ongoing statewide reviews that have already led to hundreds of low enrollment or duplicative programs being cut or merged. Supporters say the goal is transparency, not to target specific fields. Indiana Secretary of Education Katie Jenner told lawmakers families deserve clear information about the financial return on college degrees, especially before students take on significant debt. She says wage data should be part of a broader discussion about workforce needs and student loans. Jenner declined to name any programs of concern, but offered a hypothetical example of a low-paying degree costing students tens of thousands of dollars. However, some legislators raised concerns about limiting student choice. Representative Tanya Pfaff of Terre Haute argued earnings shouldn't determine whether a program exists, saying students and families should decide for themselves what path to pursue. Representative Ed Delaney of Indianapolis said the state risks overstepping its role by second-guessing universities and shutting down programs in less lucrative but culturally important fields. He says providing information is appropriate, but objected to using that data to shut down programs entirely. A final vote on the bill is expected Wednesday. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University plans to build a bronze statue of longtime coach Bob Knight inside Assembly Hall, where he led the Hoosiers to national championships in 1976, 1981, and 1987. The announcement came Monday night while the Hoosiers were playing Oregon in a Big Ten game. An Indianapolis-based tech entrepreneur has set out to find a way to make the home repair process more efficient for homeowners in home services. Dan Hanrahan launched Neighbors Serve in 2024. He says the membership-based home service club matches homeowners with vetted local contractors.
We kind of flipped the model, and instead of just saying, hey, anybody with money can come in and pay, we go out and we vet 1,000 contractors a year. And then we invite the top 5% to Neighbors Serve, and we refer those folks to our 1,000 homeowners and the 400 realtors that are kind of part of our home service club.
Currently, Neighbors Serve is available to residents through Central Indiana, plus Bloomington and Columbus. Hanrahan says he plans to expand the service to other markets in the future. I'm Abrianna Herron for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Whether it's healthcare innovation, major infrastructure, or global sports impact, Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick tells the stories of Indiana's groundbreakers and game changers. It's the must-listen show for business, civic, and community leaders across the state. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts or at ibjpodcast.com.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant, local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.